how to find T is the transformation matrix. So in previous lecture, we have seen introduction to multi-degree of freedom system, and we have seen how seen in multi-degree of freedom system, and we seen coupling is the coupling which depends upon coordinate system. So then we said we can find a coordinate system z of t. So where all M, C and K matrices are diagonal. So how to go to this transformation matrix is go to this natural coordinates by using the transformation matrix, which will transform from one coordinates to another coordinates, which is our coordinates of our wish to natural coordinates. So by going into natural coordinates, we can write complex multi-degree of freedom system into this is n degree of freedom system into n single degree of freedom system, which will be like this, and damper will come. So in this case, previously we have discussed the transformation matrix has only one condition, which is the column vector of T. The column vector of T with respect to any matrix which we want to diagonalize should follow this rule, which means S should not be, when S not equal to R, that component will have to be 0 in not equal to R. Yes. So this is the only condition that we have to impose. So now let's take our this is x of t. So this is our equations of motion for multi-degree of freedom system. So here there is an assumption where we assume M equal to M transpose and C equal to C transpose, K equal to K transpose. This whenever you can ask why this has to be symmetric. In linear algebra, so if a matrix A is said to be symmetric only if A exists for all matrix of X, A has to be greater than 0. If this condition is satisfied, symmetric, not symmetric, it is called positive definite. This is called positive definite. When for all X, similarly this is for all X. So when X transpose X greater than or equal to 0, this is called positive semi-definite. So whenever the system is positive semi-definite, whenever the system is positive semi-definite, then those matrices are symmetric. A will be A transpose. So in this case, let's take M. So X transpose M X. So what is this? This is has the unit of mx square. So let's say you put dot here. So this will be interpreted, x will be interpreted as displacement, So mx square will be equivalent to 2 times of kinetic energy. So if we take this x as velocity, x dot square, this become 2 times of 1 by 2 into mx dot square. So this kinetic energy always positive. So since this value is positive always, therefore this m is positive semi-definite. Because some places it can be 0. So since it is positive semi-definite, m is symmetric. Therefore m equal to m transpose. Similarly, k will be x transpose k x. Here x is a displacement, so therefore we can write is 2 times of half kx square, which is 2 times of strain energy of the spring. So strain energy will never be negative, so therefore it will be always greater than 0. Therefore k is called semi-definite. Therefore k is also symmetric. K equal to k transpose. So for C we can't find any meaningful association with C, so let's stick only to m and k. Therefore we can conclude that if we are using Euler-Lagrangian formula to write equations of motion, then what we do, we construct kinetic energy, strain energy or potential energy, then we write Lagrangian, which is kinetic energy minus potential energy or strain energy. Then we apply this to Euler-Lagrange formula to get equations of motion. So whenever you use this formula, from the equations of motion you get mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx equal to f of t. Then this matrix M will be always symmetric. This matrix K will be always symmetric. So this is the rule of thumb you should never forget.